Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
Student 15 in critical condition after shooting outside Toronto High School. 2 men arrested, Canada-wide search warrant for a third after stolen Audi driven through one mall. Ontario regulator urges vigilance as fraudsters pose as homeowners to sell properties. Deputy Mayor makes first public comments following John Tory's abrupt resignation. Councillor Santos and Mayor Brown urge federal government to address auto theft rates in Brampton and across Canada. Person rescued from burning condo unit near St. Lawrence Market. Ontario Premier requests amendments to federal healthcare funding proposal for sustainability and certainty by writing a letter to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
These were the headlines and let's jump right into the details.
Toronto Mayor John Tory was back in his office early Thursday, working on transition plans after formally submitting his resignation letter last night. Tory said in his letter that he will officially step down at 5 p.m. on Friday. At that point, Deputy Mayor Jennifer McElvey will assume some of the mayor's responsibilities, but will not in fact hold the position of mayor. She confirmed in a statement released Thursday that she will not seek the top job herself. She also thanked Tory for his years of service here at City Hall and wished him all the best. Her duties after he steps down will include acting as a chief executive officer of the city, sometimes presiding over council meetings and providing leadership to council, representing the city and council at official functions, and adding new business to council meetings agendas. She will also take over administrative management of the mayor's office and will be able to exercise any of the powers granted to the mayor by the council. However, she will not have the strong mayor powers such as a veto on council decisions affecting provincial priorities or the ability to hire and fire department heads. Nor will she sit on any of the boards the mayor was on, except those the mayor was appointed to be council. Tory announced last Friday that he would be stepping down following the revelation that he had an affair with a woman on his staff. He subsequently said that he would remain as mayor long enough to see through the budget process. The process concluded in all-day meeting that stretched late night Wednesday. While some councillors had hailed Tory's resignation as an opportunity to rewrite the budget, there were no major amendments proposed. In a statement last night, the clerk's office said all mayoral decisions made to date remain in effect. Investigators arrested 2 men hundreds of kilometers from where they allegedly drove a stolen Audi through an Ontario mall and made off with a quantity of items alongside issuing a Canada-wide warrant for a third and found suspect. On February 1st, York Regional Police officers arrived at One Mills Mall around 1:10 a.m. after a stolen car was driven through the glass doors of one of the entrances to the shopping mall. Police said the suspects proceeded to drive through the mall and stole a quantity of items, which officers specified at the time included electronic devices. The suspect then drove the vehicle out of the mall and broke through a second entrance, significantly damaging the property, police said. The stolen car was later recovered after a member of the public sent a tip to police. The owner of the car was a resident of Laval, Quebec, who had listed her 2011 black Audi A4 on Facebook Marketplace in January, before she says a man made away with the vehicle during the test drive. The accused, both from Quebec, are facing a slew of charges including break-and-enter theft over $5,000, mischief over $5,000, possession of property obtained by crime over $5,000, disguised with intent conspiracy to commit an indictable offense, and dangerous driving. A grade 10 student was rushed to the hospital with critical injuries following a shooting outside a high school in Toronto's Weston neighborhood over the lunch hour. It happened in a parking lot outside Weston Collegiate Institute near Jane Street and Lawrence Avenue just after 12 p.m. Duty Inspector Ryan Ford says that investigators believe the 15-year-old student had just exited the school building when he was approached by a group of males in a vehicle and shot in the upper chest area. Ford said the investigators are not in a position to release a description of the suspects or suspect vehicle at this time, but are canvassing the surrounding neighborhood for witnesses and video footage. He said that there were a number of students in the area at the time of shooting, as lunch break had just begun. However, it is not clear whether any of those students actually witnessed the shooting.
Or the suspect vehicle. What I can tell you is that our Guns and Gangs unit and 12 Division Major Crime and 12 Division Criminal Investigation Unit is on scene, and we're canvassing for witness and video information. this is a residential area. If there's any homeowners in the area have any dash cam or residential camera footage, that would be greatly appreciated if they could fast forward that off to 12 Division at 416.
Councillor Santos and Mayor Brown are seeking help from the federal government to address the growing problem of auto theft in Brampton across Canada. They are urging the government to consider recalling the top 10 most frequently stolen cars in Canada and working with the auto manufacturers to develop a solution. As a short-term solution, they have proposed providing vehicle owners with inexpensive Faraday bags to reduce the risk of relay attacks that allow vehicles to be stolen in seconds. A pilot project to provide residents with Faraday bags has been approved by the council. However, the government and manufacturers must collaborate to ensure that stealing cars is not a lucrative business for organized crime groups.
And I'm requesting the Government of Canada, in collaboration with the auto industry, step up. Criminal organizations have used new technology to make it easier than ever to steal a car. You can literally steal a car in less than 60 seconds using this new technology, and we need to adapt. We need auto manufacturers not to wait for someone else to step up. We need them to all step up. And today I'm asking the federal government to mandate this with a recall of the top 10 stolen cars, which are the Lexus RX series, the Honda CR-V, the Ford F-150, the Toyota Highlander, the Honda Civic, the Land Rover Range Rover Sport, the Honda Accord, the Chevrolet GMC Silverado and Sierra series, the Ram 1500 series, and the Toyota Tacoma. Those are the most stolen cars in Canada, and we need those manufacturers to step up, work with the Government of Canada to make sure that these cars are not so vulnerable to theft. And it's why I'm asking the Minister of Transportation to use his powers under the Motor Vehicle Safety Act to recall these cars until the technology is fixed.
It's costing them a lot of money. In 2021, as the mayor had referenced, when some of the auto thefts in Peel Region started happening and residents started complaining about it, we actually, myself, Mayor Brown, as well as Councillor Vicente, met with executives from Toyota Canada to talk about how they are now designing and how they're going to help be part of the solution. And since then, 2.5 years later, or 2 years later, the situation has just gotten worse. And today, the timing is perfect, as we're calling on the federal government to also step in, as well as auto manufacturers to step in together in order to prevent and address some of the root causes.
Ontario Premier Doug Ford has sent a letter to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau asking for amendments to the federal healthcare funding proposal to ensure long-term sustainability and certainty. The Premier requested the establishment of 2 review processes to provide certainty and ensure long-term sustainability of healthcare. The first process would review existing bilateral health agreements, and the second process would consist of a 5-year review of the federal healthcare plan. The review would assess the progress made and consider other health data commitments. The Joint Committee of Health, Finance and Intergovernmental Officials from each level of government will commence the review by March 31st, 2027 and conclude by December 31st, 2027.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.